Welcome everybody to a new, what are we doing today?
So,
Smelling of the soaps. And this is a new format we're going to have this time. It's another small soap company that we are trying for the first time. Malarky Soap Company is today's soap reaction review. What we have is I'll grab it real quick, their drop from December 6th. And we're going to get into what drops are a part of this company and everything. Yep, go ahead. And then we'll also announce our winner of our Dr. Squatch drawing at the end of this. But this is primarily just about Malarky Soap Company and learning about it. And we're going to actually do an interview, as you guys can see, this time. Instead of just talking about the company, we'll get to ask questions about the creator and the owner of Malarky Soap Company. And that is, of course, Mr. Ande Burns. So thank you, Andy, for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Of
So I
course. Thanks
guess
for having
just
me.
to get started with everything, just kind of walk us through, your journey and why start a soap company and why you did it and just the ins and outs of it.
Um, it was really a matter of practicality. And I know that sounds a little bit odd, but I'll take you back to somewhere around the summer of 2021. My friend at work, Josh, he had gotten a subscription for Dr. Squatch. And for whatever reason, he flubbed up his subscription and ended up getting some type of a monster delivery at some point, and he was just drowning in it. So he couldn't use it all. So he's one of the sweetest human beings you'll ever meet in your life. And of course, with his big heart, he bagged it all up and brought it all into work and set it down on the table, and everybody just kind of pawed through it. And I didn't sit directly in their quad. I was a little bit adjacent to it, so I kind of got what was left. But I think I managed to pick out like a spearmint basil and a Greek yogurt. And I had been using regular liquid soap like everybody else, and I brought it home, and I wasn't really impressed. And I'm not trying to bag on the company or anything. I think it was more of my skin getting used to a cold processed soap product. But yeah, I started using it, and I said, I really like this idea. Um, and I don't have any real hobbies right now, so I want to see if I could try to make it. I wonder if there's any type of YouTube videos or anything telling you how to make soap. So imagine my surprise when I cracked open YouTube, and there's about no less than 4 trillion videos on how to make soap. So down the rabbit hole I went, and I had zero intentions of starting a company. I was just curious as to, this is, in my mind, this is alchemy, this is magic. I take this super caustic substance with lye, and I dilute it in water, and then I mix it in oils, and bam, I've got soap. I'm like, this is amazing. So I went down that rabbit hole, and before I knew it, I was drowning in my own soap, and I needed something to do with it. So I just kind of said to myself, well, why don't I just come up with a funny, snarky sounding kind of name, and create a website, create an e-commerce platform, and let's just try to get rid of this stuff. And then in March ish of 22, Malarkey Soap Company was born.
Yeah, that's crazy. The Dr. Squatch starting point was the starting point for me.
Yeah,
As we have been blessed with children, my wife has started trying to make our household a little more cleaner,
yeah,
and that's how we found the Dr. Squatch on my side of things because it was, a lot of the clean stuff, at least that I found early, was a lot more geared towards women than
yeah.
men, and Dr. Squatch was that. And then, like you, throughout some of these reviews, reactions that we've done, I joined a Discord that has opened my eyes thoroughly to what is really out there, and through that, I was actually turned towards your website and everything right before the December 6th drop. So I'm really excited about that. So you have 500 members now on
I
your
do.
Facebook group. Yeah, I just looked at that today. It's 500 members. So how fast has that really grown and helped take off your drops and your company with everything?
Well, so, it was kind of funny when I first started out on Facebook, I didn't really have a fan page. And one of my earliest customers up in Canada had already created and was running a fan page for John Larkin, the black stuff. So I thought, at first I was a little bit weird about it, but then I thought, well, what the hey, it's how can it possibly hurt? So he started up the fan page, and then he kind of gave control over to me, and I mostly I use the fan page. I probably don't do it right. Like I have the official Malarky Soap Company Facebook page, the Facebook version of the e-commerce page, the business page. I don't ever use it or log into it, and people try to email me, message me through that Facebook page all the time, and I feel bad for them because I just don't ever get the messages. It's not that I'm ignoring people. I just don't use that business part. So, but the fan page, I just used that to, take pictures of the stuff that I was doing, take pictures of some of my failures, take pictures of me, going to the gun range, just doing stupid stuff to connect with people. And it's gotten to be about, like you said, 500 people. And I've got to be honest, I have not farmed members in any way, shape, or form since day one. So I'm pretty proud of. I mean, 500 is still a very modest number, but it's 500 real members. So there's definitely a point of pride there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I guess, one thing that has stuck out with me, again, as I learned about your company, it was probably mid-November once I started learning about your company
Okay.
and really starting to look into it. And the guys on the Discord, the Nature Soaps addicts have, they're talking about how great your product was because they've done a couple. So one of the coolest things to me with you, and again, talking to you and talking to the guys in Discord, I'm gonna love your product. I understand that, but one of the coolest things about your company, opposed to everybody else, is the is it a quarterly drop that you do? Is it
Yeah.
every quarter? Yeah.
Just
So
about, yeah.
so the quarterly drop, and that's something that my wife and I have talked about before. I don't know how familiar you are with cookies, but we're big dessert people.
Okay.
But there's this company called Crumble, which
Okay.
is a cookie company, and they have a rotating menu every week.
Yeah.
And why it's drawn us in, even though we like other cookie companies more, is this rotating menu that okay, if you don't do the cookie this time, you're not going to get it for another
Right.
7, 8, 9 weeks. So
Right.
have you always done the quarterly drops? And with that, I guess the follow-up question is, what kind of success do you see with it, opposed to what maybe if you had options all the time for it?
So I did not start out with the quarterly or intermittent drop plan in any way, shape, or form. I started out as I kind of used the black stuff and what John was doing as kind of like my template on how to move. He was about 9 months ahead of me, but he was very successful even then, and of course now he's superstardom. So I kind of modeled myself after that. But I ran into a situation where there wasn't a lot of movement on my products, and it wasn't for lack of having a good product or a good solid group of customers. I just found that the things weren't moving like I wanted, and I am not a business slash marketing major in any way, shape, or form. So what I did was I think it was like a year out. I said, you know what? I'm not really selling anything. I'll make a batch of 20 bars of like JMO's Bougie Blend or whatever. And 16 of them will be sitting on the shelf 6 months later. And I said, I don't want to sell 6 month old bars. I don't want to sell 8 and 9 months old bars.
Right.
And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna let my inventory dwindle down, and I'm just gonna call it. But in the meantime, I still liked making soap. I still liked the art of it. I still liked challenging myself. So I had this one fragrance oil that I could not get to behave in my standard cold process soap recipe. Every time I put it in, it would seize the batter. I mean, it became like soap on a stick. Anybody out there that makes soap is familiar with the terms that I'm using. It was ricing. It was getting soap on a stick. I couldn't use it. It would seize up immediately, and I couldn't pour it in the mold. And it broke my heart because this stuff was amazing.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? As long as I'm not really filling up any other inventory and I'm just going to close the doors on the company, I'm going to see if I can't make this stuff work. So I made a batch of it as a hot process. So, and in doing hot process, vice cold process, I actually managed to make it work. And I thought, wow, this is okay. I can do this. I can make it work. So then I started incorporating some menthol in there because it just kind of felt like the type of scent of fragrance that would really do well with a real healthy dose of menthol. Plus, it was like
Yeah.
July and it was like 100 degrees outside. I mean, who doesn't like, freezing cold menthol when it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And with that, my Fields of Valhalla bar was born.
Okay.
Um, but then I ended up with like 70, 80 bars, whatever it was, of Fields of Valhalla. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not closing the company down now because I got to offload all this Fields of Valhalla. So I just restocked everything, and then of course I had my healthy stock of Fields of Valhalla, and I let everybody know, hey, I am re-upping my inventory, come on by. And then I don't know what happened. There was a zip in the zeitgeist. There was a crack in the universe, but I sold out of everything in like
Wow.
5 6 days. And I thought, there there might be something here. I said, who says that I have to follow the standard business model? I'm not the standard model business person. I have a full-time job. I work for the government on a submarine base. I can make soap between the hours of like 7:30 and 9 on weeknights.
Yeah.
I'm not the standard business person, so why am I stressing keeping the standard business model? Why don't I just, make stuff when I can make it, fill everything up, unfettered with orders and shipping and all of that. And I'm just in the mode of making. I make, 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 make. I'll pick a day. I'll tell everybody when everything is for sale. And I put it all up and then see what happens. And then every single time I did that, everything sold out in a couple days. So that's kind of how the drop model was born. There was no master plan. There was no, twisting my mustache saying, I'm going to, people are going to buy because, the fear of missing out and, they're going to show up regardless. I didn't have any pretense of any of that. I just kind of accidentally found that if you don't have anything for a while, and you then put everything out on a certain day, you're more apt to kind of sell everything. And it really works for me because then it kind of can compartmentalize all the different
Right.
stages of making, selling, and then shipping all your product. Instead of having to do everything all at once when you have everything up all the time, I can focus on one thing at a time in chunks. And I get myself like a month-long break. So, where I don't have to think about anything except maybe what my next special editions are going to be or a limited edition run. Like last year, I did the dessert series. So it really worked out, for the best. It also just so happens to be, at least for me, a far better way of actually selling what I make.
Right. Right. No, that's a unbelievable story. How that kind of came to fruition just, by almost by chance the way it did it. And let me tell you, it's definitely working for you because you and I had talked that I wanted to do this
Yeah.
before your December 6th
Yeah.
drop. And
Yeah.
then the more I started paying attention, the more people were talking. I got nervous that I wasn't going to get anything. And I'm like, I'm
Pretty
talking to
pumped.
this guy. Luckily, I grabbed it, but yeah, that a lot of those things sold out in what, less than 2 3 hours. I mean, it was
Yeah.
fast. I know you probably. I think you have one that's still available right
Yeah.
now.
Well, I had made a ton of tobacco vanilla this time
Okay, yeah,
around.
correct.
And I think I've got a bias towards that because that's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
And to be completely fair, last run, I think I botched my tobacco vanillas a little bit. I used a different fragrance oil,
Hmm.
and I don't think people were as as willing to jump on it this time. So between having the extra product that I made and having less people showing up for that product,
Yeah.
I just ended up with, some leftover, and that's totally fine. Look, hey, you know what? I'll use them if nobody else buys them because I mean, I love it.
Well, I mean, you had like 12 or 13 other scents that just, it was, I know it was under a day. Do you have any idea
Yeah.
how fast, do you have the stats on that, how fast they sold out?
I could dig up the stats on how fast it's somewhere buried deep in Shopify. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can tell you that this drop was also kind of influenced because I short cycled it a little bit. My drop
Hmm.
before that was only 2 months prior.
Okay.
So I really did not make, well, for example, my October drop with Fireside, I made somewhere in the neighborhood of $8,000 worth of product, just
Okay.
product. And this time around, I think I topped out about $4,500 worth of product. So
Okay.
it was really about 50, 60% of what my normal drop size would be. So that kind of contributed to it. But I also really, really, really tightened up my limits on this drop too, because I wanted the people that are always showing up right on time, participating in the fan group, the diehard Malarky fans, part of the family. I wanted to make sure that they were able to get the stuff that they wanted because there are people that will buy like six, seven, eight things and they show up on eBay 6 months later for like twice the price.
Yeah.
And it just burns my backside something fierce.
The
But
old
it's
resell.
capitalism. What am I going to do?
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you from where I'm at, people are excited about it. You know, I know you're involved in your Facebook fan group page, which is so awesome to see. That you're just not just ignoring the people that want to support you and get their hands on your product, but you know, the Discord I'm at, those guys are all excited about it. I think your drop was it at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern? I forget.
7:30. 7:30 Eastern.
7:30. And
Yeah.
I can tell you that that's what it was because at 7 I was on your site and about every minute I was reloading. I was like, I'm not gonna miss it. And
F5, F5, F5,
when it went
F5.
live, you know, we kind of had it packed, and my Discord group's gonna, you know, burn me on this one. Kind of like when this goes live, let everybody know I got my stuff, and then I told them
And then, yeah,
then I was like, hey guys, it's live.
don't
Just
hate the
found
player, hate
out.
the game, man.
So, you know, as a true artist as you are with the soap, I'm sure you're going to say you're always learning, but you know, since you started in 2021, how much, you know, base by base, how much improvements on these quarterly drops or even like, you know, the whole soap that you're making at that time, how much improvement do you think that you're still continuing to learn and perfect it as you go?
It's really hard to say. I know that I am infinitely better than I was.
Yeah.
I also know that the room for growth seems infinite as well.
Hmm.
I mean, and I know that you want to, mostly just focus on malarkeys today, but I can't get out of any type of, interview or situation like this without giving a shout out to, Diane at Mountain Goat Soap and Danielle at Thrive and Glow. Like these
Yeah.
ladies, I'm sorry, those ladies blow me out of the water with some of
No,
their stuff.
we actually. I'm sorry to interrupt, but those were
No,
our first two reviews, and I mean, they phenomenal,
yeah.
phenomenal products of what they put together.
Honestly, like both Danielle and Diane, they have helped me through just some common, cold process soap maker problems that I run into. If I have something like, why does this fragrance trace so fast, or how can I make these types of swirls? They're the first ones I talk to, and
Mm.
nobody in our, circle of people that make soap. We don't hold secrets. I mean, we all just do it because we love to do it. And if somebody has I think it might have been Tim, I'm not sure, from Valhalla, asked me, I think it was him, asked me about deodorant containers. So, I was giving him my business lead on deodorant containers, like, hey,
Yeah.
talk to this guy from this company, like, and I really, really value, the way that we kind of share information and, approach it. I always kind of liken it to, a rising tide lifts all the ships. It doesn't make any
Right.
sense to live in your own little bubble. You may be doing great, but sooner or later, your own little island's going to end up underwater, and nobody's going to save you because you haven't helped out anybody else.
Right.
So, you know,
Yeah, that I think it was Mountain Go, because she's the one that does like the designs on the bar, the bricks of soap. Is that correct?
Yeah, Mountain Goat does that, and Danielle at Thrive and Glow does that as well.
Okay, so I think Thrive and Glow, I either didn't notice or I because I was so new, because again I've done Dr. Squatch is what I've done,
Yeah,
and those were not designed. Those are kind of just the cold process, and they're the bricks, they are what they are
they
kind
are
of
what they
thing.
are.
And
Yeah,
I obviously enjoy their product. I enjoy some of their products more than others,
of
but
course.
Thriving, yeah, baby. Thrive and Glow was the first one. And then I did Mountain Goat. And I remember like this was like the big aha moment if I realized how little I really knew about this, because I was showing off the soap and it was like a mountain like freshness scent. I
Yeah.
forget what it was exactly. But as I hold the soap up to the camera, I see that there's a design of a mountain, and I
Oh
just
yeah.
it was like a aha moment of like, oh my God, this
Oh,
is
she did great with those.
unbelievable.
I
I
know the
can't
bar
believe
you're
how
talking about.
beautiful this was.
Yeah, I know
So
the
yeah,
bars. She did amazing with those, and it is no small feat to try to because you don't when you're pouring, you're literally pouring liquid soap into a mold. You don't know whether or not you completely flubbed it until you cut it,
yeah,
some 18 hours later. And if you did flub it, you just kind of have to say, oh well, and try better next time.
right,
So, the fact that she, it's a testament to, just how long she's been doing it and how much of a pro she really is to be able to not only nail that design, but replicate it, pour after pour after pour.
right.
It's not easy.
Yeah, I was so just baffled and awestruck that that could exist in a soap. I just I was such a like I was such a rookie with it. I didn't understand it, but I got a couple more questions for
Yeah,
you. Then I'll
sure.
let you go.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one's dying to get her hand on your product
I'm
anyway.
sure. Yeah, I know. And the 3-year-old attention span, I know mine would already be like tearing apart the walls.
So I guess just a couple fun questions here before we leave.
Yeah.
What is your maybe favorite one or two scents that you've created over your career in making soaps?
Uh, my own personal favorites, I would say Fields of Valhalla, number
Mhm.
one, hands down, all day long. As a matter of fact, when I pour Fields of Valhalla, I always have a little bit left over, and I kind of scoop it into a solo cup. And then when that hardens, I'll cut that up into wedges, and I'll have like these little round, thin bottom of solo cup, shaped bars of Fields of Valhalla that I use, for as long as I can. And then I think Tobacco Vanille is definitely I'm a guy that likes to have like the lighter menthol mintier fragrances in the summer, but when it comes to the winter, I kind of tend towards the more of the tobacco and boozy type stuff, and the thick gourmand type stuff. So Tobacco Vanille all day long for the winter months, and Fields of Valhalla 100% for the summer months.
Yeah, and the good thing is that's still available in your shop right now too, correct? That's the one. So if people are hearing this,
Yeah,
go get your hands on it because it's
yeah.
top two. So just again, I appreciate you joining us tonight. Is there anything else that you would kind of like to leave us with? Any final thoughts that you'd like to leave us with before we get into your product?
No, I mean, other than, of course, I gotta give the shout out to all the people that I talk to make soap with, John Larkin, of course, at the Black Stuff. I mean, he's one of our OGs. You gotta give it to Squatch. I know that, people tend to go into Squatch and then move on, but, they're really responsible for bringing, grown men, real grown men into the space of, not using detergent on our skin as we age. So, although people like to get into Squatch and then move on and then kind of bash them later, you got to give them credit for getting guys into that space. And then of course you got Tim at Valhalla Beard and Body. If you haven't tried any of his stuff, please do. I mean, Tim is an awesome guy out of Arizona. He's just like me. He's got a day job working for the man. He makes products out of love at night. He's really personable. He's 100% great guy. And then of course, like I said, Danielle at Thrive and Glow and Diane at Mountain Goat. If you haven't tried soaps from these people, I mean, you're really you really should. You're doing yourself a disservice because there's some amazing stuff.
Yeah, I think that's, you're name dropping a bunch of people and people I've come across and people I hope to come across soon. But the cool thing to me is, talking to people and getting to know people through this process. They're all like you. They're all telling different experiences they've had with other people inside this, soap fraternity, so to
Kind of
speak.
what it is.
And and
Yeah.
it seems to be like a really, healthy, definitely from the product, but a healthy, kind of morale going on, and that kind of makes supporting all of you guys that much better, honestly.
Awesome. That's great to hear, man. Thank you so much.
Well, again, I appreciate you joining us. We're gonna let you go.
All right.
I'm sure you have other stuff to do, and
Okay.
I'm gonna get our hands on our product, and if we can do anything else for you, just let us know. But appreciate your time, Andy.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me on, Jay, and good luck with everything. And I hope you guys love it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, take care, man.
All right, Willow, it's time. We You can put some music on for mommy. Okay, I'll get it set up. So again, thank you, Andy. That was awesome. Great guy. I've talked to him through Facebook. He did through Facebook and email, but that's the first time face to face. But you can tell he's passionate about his product, and we're getting ready to test it out. So, are we ready for this soap?
Yeah.
We've been waiting for this soap for a long, long time.
We did.
You have been very patient, so that's great. So, Malarky Soap Company is our next reaction here.
What's this?
Uh-oh, looks like you got more stickers. People are starting to figure out you like stickers.
Yes, I do. I like stickers. Today I'm gonna get the soup.
Okay, we have soaps. We have 5 of them. I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these because I know I'll mess those up.
Right here. That's one.
This one right here?
Yeah.
All right.
What's this one?
That's hickory and suede. Let me get that one. Hickory and suede. Let's hold it up. So we're going to take these out of the, we're not giving these away. We're keeping these, okay?
Okay.
We're going to get these out and we're going to smell them. This is the hickory and suede.
I would give one of these away.
Nope, we're keeping them all. These are too hard to get. Here, let me hold it up and then I'll let you smell it. Let me turn that off. So beautifully done. Do we like it?
I think so.
Yeah, it's definitely got. Wonder if it's got the ingredients. Oh, okay. So cool thing here. Smell like a man, not a boardroom. Is they have their and get that QR code on there as well. If you want to scan that, that's where they're going. I'll also put their site in our video description. But it has 1124. It's probably backwards for you guys, but you can tell it's that small batch soap. So this is just really cool. This is really, really cool. What do we got next? Ooh, that looks good. Matterhorn.
I like Matterhorn.
You've never even smelled a Matterhorn.
I like Matterhorn.
Man. Yeah, these are manly smells. Let me tell you. Like you get, with Andy talking about Andy, some of the ingredients that go into it, you can definitely get a kick of them. They smell great. Ooh, this one looks cool. What is this one? Scotty's, I think is how it's pronounced, how he pronounced it. Scotty's Favor. Okay, so here, for every purchase made, a percentage of the profit donated to an organization that trains and provides service dogs to veterans in need. So that's awesome. You're also supporting a great cause when you do this. Let's hold it up. Ooh, I like the colors. What colors are those?
Green and white.
Blue, green, and white. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be here or here. But that is a cool looking, probably here because that's where the cutoff is.
Daddy, guess what?
What, baby?
Candy.
Andy hooked us up with some mints, huh?
Major for mommy, huh?
You think they're for mommy?
No, they're candy.
So what else we got? I was excited.
Can I eat this stuff?
Vermithor, I think not right now because we already brushed our teeth, but that's probably something we're going to have in the morning. As long as we're good tonight and go to bed. Oh yeah, look at that. That is a cool looking soap. What color is that? So these soaps, they're not your like those,
What's this?
for lack of better words, sweet, fruity smelling soaps. These are well, I say that and this kind of smells like potpourri. Does it smell like potpourri? No, it's not smell. It's more of the. Those first three were more of the like those manly smells. This is a good switch off of this though. I don't know what that is, baby. Hold on, you're getting ahead of me. You're getting ahead of me. You're getting ahead of me. We got one more soap in there.
This right here.
No, we got one more soap. Look in there.
Is here.
Oh, in here, right here. One more that we ordered. The Black Iris. I'm really pumped about this one. See, I was, and if you guys are a part of drops and you understand how they work or future drops as you get into this.
It's a black one, but not colors in it.
Yeah, it doesn't have colors in it. It's pretty solid. Irish cream, if you will. This is great. This is phenomenal. This is my favorite one so far, this Black Irish.
Let's see what's in this.
So I kind of judged it based on like how many because you're only allowed a certain amount of each soap when you go through one of these drops. So I kind of, oh, it's another soap. I think Andy hooked us up with a free sample. CB. Look at what that is. Let me see if I can get on the side and see what that is. Go ahead, smell it. What's it smell like? That smells really good. We need to know what that is. Let's see if we can get to it. So, with Andy's drops and Malarky Soap Company's drop, you
Candy.
you can only order a certain amount of each one. Like you can't just order 50 of one. We do. What do we say for that? So it was. So as he said.
This soap.
Is that going to be yours?
Yeah.
It is willow size. That's a good thing. I'm trying to find what it is. What CB is. So you're only allowed a certain amount of each soap. So I kind of gauged which ones I was most excited about with how many you were allowed to get. I should have got bourbon wood. I'm coming across some of this stuff. I messed up. I got Fields of Valhalla, which he said is his favorite. I should have got that. I got nervous as the problem. I was a rookie in the drop, and I was just adding stuff to my cart as fast as possible and made sure I could check out. Because I think the Easy Breezy is one of the coolest looking soaps I've ever seen. That blue. Oatmeal Stout, Black Irish, there we go. The Desert Edition, that's what we had. Or Dessert Edition. Maple Cookie. What is that? Maple Cookie Buddha? It might be Maple Cookie Buddha. See if this... I probably could get on board with that if that's what it ends up being. I did not do New England flannel, Andy, just because it reminded me too much of the Browns, and I'm a Bengals fan. So, no, I'm trying to see what that most looks like. Do you think that looks like that right there? There's the one. There's Scotty that we got. I don't know which one this is. I wish if you wrote it down or not. But he did leave me a little note saying, "Welcome to the Malarky family. We're definitely going to be involved in the next drop." It's a bonus soap for us. Just say bonus soap. That's what it is.
Right here.
Gosh, the oak moss and amber looks so. I'm really excited about the next drop already because now looking through this stuff, I messed up. I should have ordered additional stuff. Definitely happy with the stuff that we have. These things smell amazing. They definitely smell manly. So if you want that manly soap, go ahead and get you some Malarky. Put it back in. Yeah, put it back in.
So I can smell with my hand.
Smell it with your hands? How do you do that?
I don't know. We scrub it with our hands and then we get soap.
Ah, gotcha.
We wash it with our hands.
So I will, again, link.
With our hands.
Oh, it's going to be your hand soap?
Yeah.
That's good. I like it. Okay. So the next time I'm going to be more in tune with what's going on. I was overwhelmed because I thought I was going to miss out. So, again, definitely join his Facebook fan page. I will link that in the video description. I'll link his site in the video description. Definitely get involved with it because this is such a fun way to buy soap. That quarterly drop that's so fun to be a part of. It's stressful, just so you know. It is a little stressful.
The video now.
We're gonna just say things we want to say about the soaps, like we always do. Which one was your favorite? Do you want to get them back out so you can see which one was your favorite?
Yeah.
Because Daddy liked the Black Irish. Is that your favorite?
No, that's not.
Not your favorite? Okay. Is this your favorite?
No, that's not my
Not
favorite.
your favorite?
Let's see, this one is my favorite.
Let's see if this one's your favorite. You can only open it on one side. Is
No.
that your favorite? That's Daddy's favorite. Daddy liked the Black Irish soap. That was his favorite smell.
And see, this is mine.
The hickory and suede, that's definitely a manly smell. Was this your favorite?
No,
So it had to be the last one?
I think this is my favorite.
Did you just say none of these were your favorite because you wanted to open them all?
No, I'm gonna see.
Yeah, I think you did.
Let's see this.
Here, you want help?
No, I got.
Got it? Was this your favorite?
Yay!
No, it was your favorite. Matterhorn.
I like 2 of them.
You have 2 favorites?
Yeah.
What's your other one?
I just said 2.
Okay, well, you have 2 favorites. I have 1 favorite, the Black Irish. But these are all phenomenal. So definitely get involved with this group, this Andy and his fan page. You will not be disappointed. This is one of the best, bundles of soap I have smelled 1 through 5, for sure. As I get through this stuff, these people in these small soap companies, they're doing it right, and it's really fun to be a part of. So I'm glad that I have found a way to kind of niche my way, weasel my way in, if you will. But I'm glad that they have accepted me with it. So thank you, Andy, again, for joining. That was unbelievable. I was glad to get to talk to you. I'm glad that Willow likes your soaps. This is a little more manly of a soap that she's smelt. So she definitely liked it. But then again, I say that, and this is more of a kind of a sweeter smelling soap, more of a traditional smelling soap, I guess. But I think with this company, with Malarky, I'm definitely going to edge towards first off the Fields of Valhalla, because I missed that really bad. But if this one's back in the shop next time, I'm going back after the Black Irish. So again, Malarky Soap Company, thank you guys so much. And Andy, thanks for joining us, and thanks for hooking us up with a free sample and stickers for Willow. She definitely loves that. Before we get away, we do have our giveaway to give away for our Christmas giveaway. And our Christmas giveaway is 4 bricks of soap. So 1680 brick and 3 Dr. Squatch bricks. And our winner is Henry H. So very good. Congratulations, Henry H. I will be emailing you soon with your winnings. I'm sorry you are not getting a Malarky soap from me. I'm keeping those. Those are not being given away. They're too hard in my mind. Like, I won the lottery winning these. They're too hard to give away. But you'll be hooked up with the 4 Dr. or the 3 Dr. Squatch and the 1680 that we saw. So Henry H. And it was your Instagram bonus entry that got it to you. So you people out there, make sure you follow on Instagram as well, because the bonus does count. So I will email you, Henry, and make sure that I get your address and get sent your winnings. Probably going to be there a little before New Year. Probably won't get there before Christmas, but who knows? It might be a Christmas miracle. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Again, the biggest thank you to Andy. Let me make sure my co-host wants to say bye. Hey, you want to come say bye-bye? So Malarky Soap Company, definitely go check them. Definitely go check them out. Definitely go. Can you say Malarky?
You're
That was kind of malarkey. So thank you guys. Appreciate you guys stopping by as always.